Oh, good old black tea. They have been around for ages, especially in a Western society. That seemed to be the tea that everyone know. I mean, tea, that's kind of like what it is, isn't it? Well, the truth is that it didn't start that way. I mean, in China, where tea originated, that's actually started more like a green tea. So now it's a black tea that is, kind of conquering the world, the Western world. Black tea essentially is a fully fermented tea, and it's that fermentation that makes the tea. If you imagine your camellia leaves, like, out there, the garden variety, you have those leaves, they're green, and how they turn it brown is obviously there's drying involved and also the fermentation. And this particular process actually makes create the tea for you, which has got this nice flavor with a coppery brew. Now, black tea, there are all sorts. English breakfast, in fact, most people don't realize is actually, in the good old days, when it first started, is actually a mixed tea of black tea from different countries, Africa, India, China, and so on. But now, most of the English breakfasts come from one single country. English breakfast become a very vague term of essentially a black tea that has got, sort of pretty good color, pretty good aroma, and pretty good strength. So when you pour milk in it, yeah, it looks fine. But the truth is that beyond English breakfast, there is a lot of other teas that is definitely absolutely worth trying. For example, the Indian Assam tea is fantastic to go with milk and sugar. I like it any day, over English breakfast. Darjeeling, a more light to medium type of tea. Now, you might have come across Darjeelings in some of the cafes, and unfortunately, a lot of them are really crappy. They're just really broken up and they're poor grey. And people put milk in it, but the fact is Darjeeling actually tastes better on its own or with a slice of lemon because it's so light. And then there is Ceylon tea. Ceylon tea is a pretty interesting spectrum of tea, really, because some of them are pretty light and others are pretty strong. But generally, Ceylon tea is known for its aroma. So if you like, for example, Indian tea for its strength, and you like Ceylon tea for its aroma, you can mix them together. The other thing is also that a lot of people and black tea drinkers like the tea strong. Don't overbrew a tea. Don't brew it for half an hour, please. That's a bad idea. Go and double the amount of tea leaves that you put in, not double the brewing time. You can brew a tiny bit longer, like typically brewing a black tea would be say 3 minutes, so you may want to go up to 4, 5, but not brewing it forever. And also not super hot water either. A lot of people think off the boil and pour the water in, you get a lot more bitterness out of that tea. So don't do that. Now, black tea, if you want it strong, don't forget, double the tea leaves used, not double the brewing time. If you like light black tea, go and try a Ceylon large leaf tea or a Darjeeling. Darjeeling is a little bit smoky and it's really nice actually going with creamy sauce pasta. So there you have it, a little quickie on the black tea, and the next one we're going to talk about green tea.